Have you ever stood by the ocean and tried to hold back a wave with your hands? It is exhausting. It is futile. And yet that is exactly how most of us live our romantic lives. We try to force affection, we try to grip attention, we try to manipulate outcomes because we are terrified that if we let go, everything will wash away. But imagine for a moment that you are not the man chasing the wave. Imagine you are the shore. The shore does not beg the ocean to touch it, it simply exists. It is grounded, it is solid, and because of that stability, the ocean always, inevitably, returns to it. Today we are going to walk through a different door. We are not talking about tricks to get a text back. We are not talking about mind games. We are talking about a fundamental shift in your atomic weight as a man. We are going to dismantle the frantic energy that repels what you desire, and replace it with a gravitational core that pulls it in. This is about the 7 layers of the magnetic core. If you stick with me to the end, you will not just see relationships differently, you will see the face in the mirror differently. Let's begin with the first layer. The mountain and the weather. Most men believe confidence is a roar. They think it is about being the loudest in the room, having the best car, or the perfect comeback. But that is not confidence, that is noise. True confidence is silence. Think of a mountain. Does a mountain scream at the storm when the wind blows? Does it crumble when it rains? Does it beg the sun to shine? No, the mountain remains. The weather changes constantly. Clouds come, clouds go, storms rage and then pass. But the mountain does not move. In your relationships, she is the weather. Her moods, her doubts, her distance, and even her affection are the changing seasons. When you react to every shift in her energy with panic or anger, you are telling her that you are not the mountain. You are just a leaf blowing in her wind. A woman cannot find safety in a leaf. She craves a mountain. When she tests you, when she pulls away, she is subconsciously checking your foundation. She wants to know if you will collapse or if you will stand. The most attractive thing you can do is nothing, not a passive, weak nothing, but a stoic, powerful nothing. It is a refusal to let external chaos disturb your internal peace. When you embody this stillness, you become a sanctuary, and everyone wants to return to sanctuary. This leads us to the second layer, the law of the echo. There is a spiritual principle that governs all human connection. I call it the law of the echo. It states simply that you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you are chasing, you are vibrating at the frequency of lack. You are telling the universe and her that you do not have enough. And because the universe is a giant mirror, it reflects that lack back to you in the form of her absence. You might think you are loving her by constantly checking in, by overgiving, by fixing her problems. But look deeper. Are you giving because you are overflowing with love? Or are you giving because you are starving for validation? That is the difference between a king and a beggar. A king gives because he has so much he cannot help but share. A beggar gives because he needs a coin in return. Women have an intuitive radar for this. They can smell the hunger of the beggar underneath the cologne of the nice guy to change the echo. You must change the voice. You must become the source of your own validation. When you no longer need her to tell you that you are worthy, your energy shifts from grasping to offering. And that is when the dynamic flips. The third layer is the unread library. We live in a world of instant information. We want to show everything, post everything, explain everything. But mystery is the oxygen of desire. Think about a book you have read 100 times. You know every line, you know the ending. Is there any thrill left in turning the page? No. Now imagine a library that goes down into the earth, filled with ancient volumes that no one has ever fully explored. That is who you must become. This isn't about hiding who you are or playing hard to get. It is about having a life so deep, a mind so cultivated, and a soul so complex that she could spend 50 years with you and still not know every corner of your terrain. It is about having passions that have nothing to do with her. It is about having a mission that wakes you up before the alarm. When she asks what you are thinking, and you simply smile, it draws her in. When you are unavailable because you are building your empire, not because you are pretending to be busy, she respects you. You become the ocean. She can see the surface. She can swim in the shallows, but she knows there are depths underneath that she has yet to discover. That depth is magnetic. Now we go deeper to the fourth layer, the mirror of projection. This is where it gets uncomfortable. The things that trigger you the most in her are often the things you have not healed in yourself. When you feel rage because she ignores you, it is not really about her silence. It is about your fear of abandonment. It is about that little boy inside you who felt unseen. She is just the mirror reflecting your own wounds. If you want to be a man of high value, you must stop breaking the mirror and start looking at the reflection. When you feel that sting of rejection, instead of lashing out, turn inward. Ask yourself, why does this hurt? What is this teaching me? The man who can own his emotions, who can look at his own shadow without blinking, is a dangerous man, dangerous in the best way. He is dangerous because he cannot be manipulated. He cannot be controlled by guilt or shame. When you heal the wound inside, her actions lose their power to hurt you. You become bulletproof not because you are cold, but because you are whole. The fifth layer is the art of benevolent detachment. There is a beautiful paradox in Stoicism. To keep something, you must be willing to lose it. Imagine holding a wild bird in your hand. If you squeeze your fist tight because you are afraid it will fly away, you will crush it. You will kill the very thing you love. But if you open your hand flat, the bird can sit, it can fly, it can return. Benevolent detachment is the open hand. It means you love her, you desire her, but you do not need her to breathe. It means you are committed to the relationship, but you are even more committed to your self-respect. This is terrifying for most men. We think if we let go, she will leave. But the opposite is true when a woman feels that you are not gripping her. She feels free, and in that freedom, she chooses you. Love is not a cage. It is a choice. Every day she stays is a vote for you. But she cannot vote if you are forcing the ballot into her hand. Let her be free if she walks away. Let her. Because a man who knows his worth knows that what is meant for him will not pass him by. The sixth layer is a legacy of presence. We talk a lot about doing work, doing dates, doing tasks. But attraction is not about what you do. It is about how you are. It is about your presence. Have you ever met a man who walks into a room, and the energy shifts? He doesn't have to say anything. He just carries a weight, a gravity. That is a man who is aligned with his purpose. Your purpose is your spine. Without it, you are a jellyfish. If your life revolves around a woman, you are off-center. A woman wants to be the passenger on your ship, enjoying the journey, adding to the adventure. She does not want to be the ship. She does not want to be the compass. She wants you to be the captain. She wants to look at you and see a man who knows where he is going, with or without her. That direction, that drive, that is your legacy. When you are building something greater than yourself, you vibrate at a frequency that commands respect. You are not just a boyfriend or a husband. You are a force of nature. Finally, the seventh layer, the alchemist transmutation. We all suffer. We all face rejection, loss, and failure. The average man lets this bitterness consume him. He becomes cynical. He says all women are the same. He shuts down his heart. But the superior man is an alchemist. He takes a lead of his pain and turns it into the gold of power. Every heartbreak is fuel. Every rejection is a lesson. Every moment of loneliness is an opportunity to sharpen your mind and strengthen your body. Do not waste your pain, use it. Let it drive you to the gym. Let it drive you to your business. Let it drive you to God or the universe. When a woman sees a man who has walked through the fire and come out not burned, but refined, she sees a hero. She sees a man who cannot be destroyed. That is the ultimate attraction. It is a scar that says, I survived and I am stronger for it. So, how do we integrate this? I want to give you a practice, a way to anchor this into your nervous system. I call it the throne of silence for the next 7 days. I want you to take 10 minutes every morning, sit in a chair, close your eyes, and visualize yourself sitting on a throne on top of a high peak. Below you, you see the clouds, you see the storms of your life. You see the face of the woman you desire. You see your worries about money, about the future. Watch them swirl, watch them scream. But you are on the throne, you are heavy, you are made of stone and light. Breathe into that heaviness. Feel the separation between you, the king, and the chaos below. If you feel the urge to text her out of anxiety, go to the throne first. If you feel the urge to argue, go to the throne first. Respond from the throne, not from the storm, brothers. The journey from the nice guy to the high-value man is not a change of costume. It is a transplant of the soul. It is painful. It requires you to kill the boy who needs mommy's approval and birth the man who commands his own world. You are not here to beg for scraps of affection. You are here to build a kingdom of purpose, integrity, and strength. When you do that, you won't have to chase anything. The world and the woman will come to you. If this message woke something up in you, if you felt that shift in your chest, then do not let this just be another video you watched. Make it the first day of your new life. Subscribe to the channel, not for me, but for you. Join this brotherhood of men who are refusing to settle for mediocrity. Let's build ourselves into the men we were destined to be. Stand tall, breathe deep, and remember, you are the mountain.